Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the first session of our career clarity session for this month, September 2024. We're happy to have you here. Welcome, everyone. So just like we do, if this is not your first time, what we do is to first introduce ourselves in the chat box. So let us drop our name and where we are joining from. I am Razak, the relationship manager for iTrain Africa, and I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. So let us see the diversity of people we have here. So I'll be reading the comment the chat box now to know people that are joining us and where you're joining from. But someone said you can't hear me. Please join with your audio. My speaker is on. I'm not muted. Click on the icon that looks like a headset. Click on it, then join with your audio. Okay, we have Olaito Emmanuel from Lagos, Nigeria. We have Anu from Lagos, our Lagosian. We have many Lagosians here, okay? We have Bridget from Kenya. Wow, how is Kenya, Bridget? We have Yaudu Oluwakemi from Lagos. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me now? All right, that's great. So we have Gabriel Chioma Vera from Lagos, Nigeria. We'll be doing this for like 10 minutes before we start so that more people can join the session. So don't be missing out. So we have Miracle from Abia. Welcome from Abia. How is the weather in Abia today? We have Anifa from Niger State. Wow, Anifa, welcome to this session. We have Miracle from, okay, I've said that. We have Muhyiddin from Castina. Muhyiddin, welcome. Our HSFW people. Muhyiddin, welcome. It's good to have you in this session. We have Adeniji from Aja, Lagos State. Thanks for joining. We have Sharon from Kenya. Thanks for joining. We have Ijoma from Lagos. Good to have you here, Hijoma. Please let us keep our names coming in while we wait for more people to join the session. Okay. Let me chat people up that we started. Okay. Let's keep our name coming. We have Aisha from Kano State, Nigeria. Welcome, Aisha. How is Kano today? How is the weather like? It's good to have you here. Let's keep the name coming. I think we should have at least 50 people before we start the session. So let's just wait for them to join while our team keep reminding them that the session has started. I see more people are joining. Welcome. Please drop your name and where you are joining us from. We have Okeke Tochukwu from, I didn't get that. Okeke Tochukwu from Anambra State. Welcome, Okeke. Hope I pronounced the name well. Okay. Welcome. Let's wait for others. Garden Sarah is going to be coming on board. For those of us that are joining this session for the first time, what we practically do is to answer your question about career, like how you want to put your career. But we can't just answer a question. We are asking questions like, how do I get a job? Like we can't ask a question that don't have enough content for Dr. Densela to streamline the advice. So if you are going to be asking your question, you're going to talk about your education background, your work experience, and the likes, and your passion, so that and what you want to achieve, so that she can advise you better on your career advancement, on the next step to take in your career. So more people are still joining. Let's wait for others a bit. Then Dr. Densela is going to start the session. Please, as you are joining, please introduce yourself in the chat box. Send your name and where you are joining us from. Welcome.
Great. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Moina,
Yes, ma'am.
have you,
Yes.
how are you doing? Okay, great. So, had to join a bit late. You too. Good afternoon, everyone. I said I had to join a bit late. Apologies for that. Unforeseen circumstances was just beyond my control. So, here we are. I'm assuming you've done the all introductions and all that, right, Moina? So I know if we should just jump right into, okay, great. So let's just jump right into the clarity session. So in case you've never met me, I am Dr. Aderinsola Adio Adekboju. And I quickly always like to take a poll so that I know who is in the room. If you've joined any of our clarity sessions before, type A in the comment section. And if you've never joined, type B. If you've joined before, type A, but you've never been in any of these clarity sessions, type B. That way we can then know, I can understand where you're coming from when you're asking your questions, okay? So let's see that first. Let me check. So great. Okay, Moina, you started live streaming to YouTube, right?
Yes,
Fantastic.
ma'am.
So you could just activate, what's it called? Deactivate the room, the waiting room option for every time you enter this meeting, just deactivate the waiting room option. I've done so now. So just click the host and tools and deactivate the waiting room so people can just enter and stop allowing them to, like, it's just easy for you. So thank you very much. I can see a lot of bees are in this room. And yeah, so the thing is, whenever I have a lot of bees in the room, I always have to start from the very scratch. Okay, so I'm starting from the very scratch, right? What does it mean to start from the very scratch? Many people have questions, and the questions they have, I think the major challenge is, how do I even ask the questions I have? So I always say, when people say, oh, ask questions, I always say, I'm a teacher. Just in case you don't know me, let me give brief background around, about myself. Having an entrepreneur for 14 years, I started my fashion entrepreneurship in the fashion, like my entrepreneurship journey in the fashion industry. Started iTrain Africa in 2020. That was 4 years ago, after being an entrepreneur for over 10 years in the fashion space. And I've worked internationally twice. When I did Natural History Museum of London as the design lead. I moved away from there to become the global program coordinator at Museum for the United Nations. Both of them are remote jobs, but they're international remote jobs I was doing out of my home in Nigeria. Prior to then, I've taught at the university. I taught at the foundation level chemistry. My PhD is in chemistry, foundation level, University of Lagos for 2 years before I then branched out into the social entrepreneurship education aspect. And what else is there to know about me? I'm a mother. I'm happily married. I have a 1-year-old plus, and I have 3. Yeah, so, but the youngest of them is just above a year. Yeah. I think that's about it. And yeah, I'm a global citizen. I've been to 5 continents. 90% of those travels are on someone else's money, meaning that I've won over 35 global opportunities from innovation labs, business grants, name it, leadership, academic grants, almost all categories of global opportunities that exist, I've gotten them. So whenever I teach you about, probably the things you need to do to progress career-wise, I really know what I'm talking about. So you're in the right space. And yes, I'm that person who has lacked clarity at some point in my life. So whenever I do these clarity sessions, it's not because I don't get paid for it normally. People pay me one per hour, 107,500 to speak to me to just get clarity. But I organize these free clarity sessions, not because they are free. They are not free to me. I just told you I had to rush out of something to be here today. And that is something that has to do with money. So if I'm here offering this free, it's not because my time is free. My time is not really free. Let's just say that when you understand how much clarity can help people progress, let's call this CSR. Let me put it that way. CSR means corporate service response. But for me, it's not really CSR because we're a social enterprise anyway, meaning we already run a social enterprise. So it's beyond that. It's just for me, I'm on a mission. And mission is simple. I'm on a mission to ensure that 10 million Africans are able to become globally employable. That's my mission by 2030. And we are on our way to getting there. And this is, you being here means you are part of the people I'm reaching. So I had to quickly give you a breakdown why. When you're in these clarity sessions, I want you to know that whatever it is you get, because sometimes people get something free, they always say, like Dr. Aderisola said this thing, but because it was free to you, you think it is not the same advice I'll give in my paid session, right? As in that's probably the same advice I'll give in the paid session. So it is free to you. It is not free to my own pockets. Okay, so please take note of that. Now, Moina, okay, great. I just unmuted that. So as I was saying, please take note of that. Now let's get right into it. Clarity session is not a teaching session. It is a, how do I explain it? It is more like a session where you come asking what you have challenges with. And there is a right way to ask a question. There is a wrong way to ask a question. There's a right way to ask a question. There's a wrong way to ask a question. What's the right way to ask a question? Is to give me background. What is background? You don't ask me, Ma, what career should I choose? That's a blanket question. I cannot guide you when you ask me such questions, because if you say, oh, Ma, my name is Bosse, what career can I choose? What does Bosse have to do with career paths? Oh, Ma, my name is Bosse. I did Yoruba education. I want to start my tech career. What should I do? That's a blanket question, because me and you know that all of us, or let's say 95% of us, what we did at the university, they dashed us, as in we just landed there. We don't know how we landed there, but we did the thing and came out of university anyway. So 95% of the time, your education has nothing to do with the career path you are going. Even in fact, in the past, you will find our doctors, you will say, of course, you did medicine in school, you should be a doctor. Well, I have several medical doctors who have done paid clarity sessions for, or who have been their coaches, that they come to me and they don't really want to be there. So education is not it's not a criteria for a career path. Do you understand? So whenever you give me such questions and say, I am Bosse, I did Yoruba education, which career is good for me? And I'm like, please, if it is based on your education, I'll say, Yoruba education is good for you now. But the only reason why you're asking me that question is probably because you already know you don't want to do Yoruba education. But you are now giving me an information that is not relevant, meaning you don't want to do Yoruba education again. But you come here and ask me such a question. I did Yoruba education. I'm not a witch. I'm not a this thing. I am someone who is knowledgeable, meaning that I work with the information you give me. So please don't ask me such questions like, I am Bosse, I did Yoruba education. What career should I do? I can't help you because I do not have background. Now, what does the background question mean? A background question, same, I am Bosse, I did Yoruba education, should be like, I am Bosse, I finished 2 years ago from the university. I did Yoruba education, but I knew that I was not going to teach. I didn't want to teach. So here is what I've done in the last 2 years. I did sales rep, or I did this thing, or I've been at home. I've been a stay-at-home mom. Recently, I realized that whenever I go to church, I like to help people organize things. You give me background. What do you like? What do you not like? Like, what have you done for money? What have you not done for money? Like, some people now, they are volunteers in one thing or the other in their church, in their mosque, in their community. I've done secretary of my estate. Like, I need you to give me a bit of background. So when I'm answering your question, I have work to work with. In fact, ultimately, if you are here, you have done your personality test, your 16 personality test, then you give me your results. If you have not, Moina, please drop the link to that personality test. Let people do that personality test. That way, when you're asking me a question, I'm giving you clear guidance based on science, based on information, not based on, let me see this person. This Okeke Lovett, I think she's a fine person. She will be good in customer service. That is rubbish. As in, do you understand? Don't take that kind of advice, because how do I look at your face and say you're good in something? Like it's do you understand what I'm saying? So please, the quality of question and information you give me will help me to guide you aright. So that is how we roll in this clarity session. We don't come here to say this person, she's Yoruba, she's Igbo, she's Hausa, she's Yoruba, she will be good in this one. Like, what kind of thing is that one? Okay. So please, let's take note of how to ask questions. Another thing you could give as a background is your age, because the advice I give sometimes is based on age. Someone could ask me about career, like, oh, they are suffering on their job, but like they're giving a lot of responsibility. If they're in their 20s, I say, my sister, stay there. It's a learning ground. If they're in their 40s, I say, I beg, leave, go and find money because you are close to your retirement. Do you understand? So advice could sometimes be subject to where you are at your stage of life, which is, I say, give me information. If someone tell me that they have 15 years of career, most likely I've calculated their age, even if they graduated at 20, they already, do you understand? So please, and please, lastly, don't ask me Google question. What is a Google question? A Google question is, where is University of Maiduguri? What is that? I'm not your Google. Do you understand? Press your phone and ask Google the same thing. Or you are asking me, is it true that you can find jobs on LinkedIn? Please ask the same question of Google. Yes, you ask, is it true that you can? Well, it will get like those are, do you understand? Those are informational questions you find on the website. You press your phone, in fact, press your WhatsApp on top of it. AI, you ask it to answer you. So we are not here to waste people's time to be answering, oh, University of Maiduguri, they take bus to Abuja from there. Like, no. That kind of thing, don't ask me. It is a Google question. And one of the things I teach on my program, the first time I said, please, before you ask me a question, ask yourself, is it a Google question? If it's a Google question, don't ask a human, because let's be honest, when you ask people questions in the developed world, a Google question, like you're saying, where's the photography shop? The next thing you're going to say, have you asked Google? Because they are really telling you, are you serious? Like, really? Your head did not tell you that you should go press your phone and ask it. So please, now that we all agree that we will not ask Google questions, I will not ask questions such as, my name is Bose, I need Yoruba education, what should I do? Then we can start our question asking. So for me to help people formulate their question or why they are typing their questions, right? One more thing, if for instance, you have a question you want to ask, you don't want people in the meeting to know that you're the one that asked the question, send it to me directly. Do you understand? In this Zoom, there's an option of you to change it from general meeting group to sending to the person that is speaking, which is me right now. So you can use that option. So once I see that the message was sent to me directly, I will not read out your name. I will just read it out because you don't want every other person to know. That's also fine, okay? But please give me information so that I don't have to start saying, this person, please, what's at her? Now, since we are all at the very background, you've never been in this clarity session before, I'm going to use a question we got earlier in the week to respond, okay? Or even two questions. And one of those questions, as in Moina sent it to you via email right before this meeting. So I'm just going to go right there and read out from this email exactly what this person asked, and I'll provide an answer to it while others start to ask their question right after. So what is this question? I want to read from the screenshots. He said, I studied biochemistry and I registered for the foundational course intending to do project management after. So after the free video I watched, I did my gap analysis and I found that most jobs require a particular certification. Okay, I'm too fast. Let me read it slowly so you have context. I studied biochemistry and I registered for the foundational course and intend doing project management after. So from the free video I watched, I did my gap analysis. If you've watched the free video, you will understand what she's talking about. If you've not watched the free video, please do watch the free video. The fact that we call it free video doesn't mean it is free. It is information I gave you, a lot of it in that free video. Now, so 3 free videos. In case you're watching on YouTube, we have 3 free videos that explains what employability really means, what you need to be employable. There's that video. So she now said she has watched a free video. I did my gap analysis. Again, I explained gap analysis in that free video. And I found that most jobs require a particular certification. For example, I saw some executive assistant jobs that demands I have a BSc/HND in business administration, but I have a background in chemistry. My question is, as a science student, how do I navigate jobs that demand certification in either marketing or business administration? That was our question. So she's a science student. She has a background in chemistry. She has taken the Workplace Foundational Skills Program at the Skilled for Work Academy. That's the remote workers program, popularly known as. She now said that she wants to continue and go and take project management, which is in our technical school. Like in our Skilled for Work Academy, we have soft skills school, or then we have technical school. So soft skills school is where we have the Workplace Foundational Skills Program. Then technical school, we have the project management, product management, and content creation programs. Now, she is asking that after she took the WFS, which is a foundational program, that she did a gap analysis, she realized that project management is what she should do. So you can see the way she gave me background. She has done gap analysis, like she has taken personality tests and all that. She now said, however, because in that free video, I shared with you my screen on how to search for jobs on LinkedIn. She now said, she now realized that in doing gap analysis, those jobs she saw, they are asking her for certification, a background, like asking her for like something like a degree, whatever, in business administration and this thing. And here was my answer to her. I said, when I introduced myself here, I said I have a PhD in chemistry, right? When I talked about the 2 international jobs I had done, please, is it anywhere near science? I said one was design lead. What does design mean? Innovation, like you are designing, like, how do I put it? You are designing, you are innovating something. That's what design lead means from design thinking. Design thinking is a process of innovation, like process which you use to create products. Chemistry background, nothing. Till today, I don't have any certification in design thinking, but I have volunteering experience in it. Whenever I'm teaching people, I like to use real life examples. So you're not thinking it is in my head. It is not in my head. It is, I will cite examples for you. Now, I moved on from there to become the Global Program Coordinator at Museum for the United Nations. Again, you would think that program coordinator, you should have certification in project management or program coordinator, whatever, all those certifications. Till today, I don't have one. And I can tell you for free, the moment I have built SFW up to stability, I left this year of my life to do this free impact work that I'm doing technically, right? But I'm telling you for free that when I am ready to get the next international district, my approach will not be certification. I will go back into the market, the same thing I teach on my program, and I will get that job. So the question is, if I am not trying to go and get a BSc, HND, whatever, in business administration or management, or whatever it is that you think it is a social science course that will now lead to you being appointed as project manager, program coordinator, and everything, then you should say, what exactly do I have? Because I just told you that I have a degree in chemistry. I don't have certification. Absolutely nothing in certification. So you should ask yourself, what do I have that is making me get those jobs? Because I can tell you for free again, on those jobs, of course, the employer puts their this thing, a background in something, they will list all the social science, this thing, business, communication management, they will list all those seemingly social science thing as background. It's for you to list now. It's for me to determine if I qualify for it. Because why? Whenever I go on LinkedIn to read a job qualification, I have enough awareness and information to know that it is a wish list of an employer, meaning that the employer needs a job done. They need, like when they put out a description for a job, they their focus, their first focus is, can you do the job? When an employer wants to employ you for a job, trust me, I have PhD, I have whatever is a nice to have. Let's be clear. It is a nice to have. They want to first determine if putting together all your nice to haves, the accumulation of all your nice to have, your 10 certifications, your 10 course on XYZ, your 10 whatever, if you put together everything, can it help me achieve the aim of this advert, which is to get the job done? Which is where gap analysis comes in. I always tell people, so you think the employer that put business administration, you think they have, like, you honestly think your certificate has anything? Like, you will place that certificate now. Here's my PhD thing. You think I will carry this PhD thing now? I will carry it. I'll give the employer that. Take. And the employer will take it and put it on the table and to do the work of the employer. So all those things you are flaunting before the employer, all those certifications, all this thing, the truth is, it is just a CV mechanism to say, okay, maybe if somebody has an idea of one thing, they have this, maybe they did some courses in school, maybe at least they have knowledge, at least I'll take that knowledge out of the way first. If they have knowledge, maybe I can then teach them, they can then do the job. The truth is, the ultimate goal that employer needs is for the job to be done. So I always ask people, if your certification, your MBA, your PhD, your whatever that you are acquiring can still not ascertain that you can do the job they are advertising, you are just wasting your time. Because an employer, especially in the global space, will pick someone that has a diploma who can prove that they have done the job before and they can deliver over someone who has 3 degrees in it. Please take note. Why was it key in the past to ask for all those degrees, all those, you must have a background in? It is because that was the criteria to judge in the past. Like if you go to school, like there was no other criteria. That was the criteria. Unfortunately, the world has moved on. The criteria, especially for emerging jobs. What are emerging jobs? Emerging jobs are jobs that technology brought about. Technology led to those jobs. Some of those jobs are product management, project management, content creation. Like before, if you are trading, you are doing business, all this this thing. When we started business, I said I have a fashion business. Like we have a physical brick and mortar store. When you you advertise on your street, you put banner outside. Those times, the people that were doing the job, that were helping me to advertise, was either TV or we go and print banner at the printer's place. Do you understand? Those are not, like, they are conventional jobs. But right now, an emerging job is digital marketing, because right now, that marketer that is going singing about on the street has probably been demarketed. It is now the person that can now set up Facebook ads that now has the job. Digital marketing. The advent of technology brought about emerging jobs. And unfortunately, the education system we most likely had, if you are in this room, the education you most likely had was for the industrial age, not the tech age. Like you did a course that was for the industrial age. So we are in a system where there's a transition going on, in the sense that the education no longer matches the job force. The education no longer matches the job force. So it is like they are asking you for a criteria that they know fully well that it is not really a determinant of if you can do the job. Because why would you ask me for a background in business management while you are employing me to manage projects or to set up your digital marketing? It has absolutely no correlation. but there is nothing similar. Like there's no, like, what else will I have asked you for? Because there's no other education that will match it. Which is why if you go on LinkedIn, I share my screen right now, and you are looking at the degrees that are associated with probably things like project management, you will see that they will just say, a degree in, they will list like 4, 5, 6, 7 social science, this thing, is a nice to have, or they will say something like, they will use the language of, is an added advantage. Is it, they will use it. So the language is always insinuating that it's not compulsory. It is just to show that at least you went to school. But I always use myself as an example because I've been in nothing less than 3 international interviews, right? And I remember the ones I got into, the interviews I aced. Now that I think about it, I didn't submit my certificate for any of them. Like, no, I didn't. So what it means is, what I said at that interview definitely got me in the door. Now you should be asking, what exactly did I say? I simply described my ability to do the job from having done the job before. And no, I had not done the job in a conventional setting. I had done the job through my activities in all those my global things that I was getting into, like a global innovation lab, where I was volunteering an international organization, unconventional means. When they asked me to describe my experience with innovation, I described my experience in the Unleash Innovation Lab I was a part of in Singapore in 2018. When they asked me to describe my ability to coordinate, I was describing I had run a business and I had run staff. When they asked me to describe what tool I will use for innovation, I said I will use Miro because, again, I had been part of several international innovation labs and I know what we use when it comes to collaborative work tools. So they were basically testing my ability and awareness of tools, skills, and software. When they were asking me for my ability to coordinate, what does that mean? It is like my soft skill. When they were asking me for softwares and digital tools, it means that can I work, do I have digital skills to work online? When they were asking me about if I've worked in an international setting before, I said, oh, I volunteer on this team, I coordinate. It is what they were trying to test my life skill. What life skill is that? My diversity. Out of these 3 major things they were testing about softwares and my collaborative work tool, those are digital skills. It is not taught in school. When they were asking me, have you worked in a clinical setting that were trying to test my life skill diversity? What were they testing? Life skills. It is not taught in school. When they were asking me about coordination, how are you able to manage this thing? Because I was going to be coordinating, like I was managing about 30 local facilitators. Like my role was global program coordinator, which means I was recruiting local facilitators in every country we were present. And I was teaching them how to use our equipment and also coordinate the activity, organize events. So what it meant is they were testing my what? My coordination, which has what? Soft skills. Again, did I learn any of those 3 major categories I just said in school? But I got the job. So my sister and my brother, that lady that said biochemistry, they asked you because there is no other thing. Like there's no other measure to check if you have sense more, at least. So you say, okay, if you went to school and maybe you have sense more. That was the only criteria. But guess what? I can guarantee you that I would take that job that you have refused to apply for after taking WFS, and I taught you all those soft life, digital, and tech skills that you can use in any workspace. If I take that same knowledge from WFS and I take it to that job, I will apply today and they will call me for that interview today. And I know fully well I don't have any business administration background. The difference between me and you is the fact that I have the knowledge and the awareness that what they will ask me in that interview has absolutely nothing to do with business administration. That's the difference between me and you. I am aware of the competencies they need, and I will display those competencies. And what are those three major competencies? My life skills, my soft skills, and my digital skills. And it is combination of these three things put together that I call workplace foundational skills. It is a must-have. It does not matter where you are going. Doctor, lawyer, project manager, digital marketer, list it. A combination of those three things, the soft skill, the life skill, the digital skills, is what I call workplace foundational skills. And guess what? They are a combination of different things. If you ask me to say, I should start listing soft skills right now, I'll say, oh, things like communication. This thing, if you say I should list life skills, I'll say, oh, maybe consistency, leadership, negotiation, these are life skills. If you ask me to list what's it called, digital skills, I'll start teaching you, oh, all the Google Workspace, all the ability to use Zoom, Miro, Opin, this, because those are the critical digital tools and software you need to understand how to use if you ever want to do any digital, online, virtual, remote, whatever, call it whatever, whether it's digital, online, virtual, remote work, any work that it is technology forward, that it is done online or even on site, once it employs technology. And by the way, by 2030, 1 in 2 jobs will require technology. Every 1 in 2 jobs. So you cannot run away from it. Every 1 in 2 jobs, meaning if you put 2 jobs together now, at least one of them will require the use of digital and tech skills. So the question is, do you have it? Oh, I don't have it. I don't even know if I have it. That's always the first question. People say, "Ma, please explain, what exactly is the digital skill?" I said, there are plenty of things. I start to ask you, do you know what Miro is? No. Oh, Miro is a collaborative software. Have you used it before? No. Are you willing to learn it on WFS? Ma, I don't want to learn it. Okay, no problem. Have you used Zoom have you streamed Zoom to live before? If I give you a job now, I say you should join my team, and I'll say, do this meeting. As I start this meeting, start streaming into YouTube. When you finish streaming into YouTube, put it as unlisted, put it as this thing. You are looking at me and you say, what exactly? Because someone like you, that the first, in fact, to join Zoom meeting and activate your audio, you are still struggling. I move away from the digital tool. I say, okay, my sister, maybe the digital tool is your problem. Let's look at the soft skill. Let's talk about communication. If I'm on your team, I'm working remotely with you, how will I communicate? Say, Ma, I will send you a message on WhatsApp. I say, you and who is sending me also on WhatsApp? Have you never heard of Slack? I say, Ma, what is Slack? Do you know how to do this thing? Do you know how to tag everybody on the channel Slack? You're looking at me. And you're telling me you can communicate. You think it's by coming and say, I'm with, instead of them to even write I and this thing, and they write That's not communication. In the workplace, communication is different from communication. Communication for the workplace means your ability to use tools like Slack, your ability to send proper emails. If you are on leave, are you activating your out of leave? Like, that is what communication in the workplace means. So the question is, do you even know what communication with respect to workplace means? Do you know that when you are done with your work, you should tag your superior and say, Ma, I will need this. Like, that is communication for the workplace. It is not opening your mouth and just saying anything. I relieve people of their jobs in my organization simply because they lack communication skills. And I do not mean that they can talk, but they never communicate the level of completion of their work. They never communicate where they are with the team. They make workflow very hard in the organization. That is lack of communication. And people don't teach you that. When you go to school in social science, how many people do social science here? They will say, what is communication? They will say communication is when you pass message and the receiver receives it. You know, all those definitions. I said, please cut that crap. What does that do for me in the workplace? I'm telling you to tell me exactly what it is. I do not mean define it for me. There is nothing definition will do for me in the workplace. Tell me what exactly communication means in the workplace. It means that I need to know the tool they are using for that communication. I need to know how to properly format. If I'm sending an urgent email, do I know how to, on Teams, like Teams is a major workspace that people use at the workplace internationally. On Teams, if an email is urgent, do you know how to ensure that you activate, apart from putting urgent in the subject, there is something you need to activate like an arrow that says it is urgent. Do you even know how to arrange your email so you are not missing communication? How often do you check your email? Can you schedule email? You don't want to send the email now, but you want to schedule it. That is workplace communication. So those are the things. Because whenever people tell me, ma, like I see the Lord in our inbox, whenever you say, oh, I think you should start from WFS, I start hearing, ma, I have 10 years work experience. I think I know, and I'll just be laughing. Like I'll just be laughing. I said, me, that I asked you to take the WFS. Trust me, I can bet you don't know what I'm about to teach you. Because there are some of these things that I learned them simply because I have worked internationally remotely in such an organization, and I see the level of demand when it comes to communication. I'm not talking about the one that you have to go to your auntie's office, the next office. You are working in local government, you are working in Nigeria organization or Kenya, Ghana organization, where you have to carry memo, say you are communicating. I'm talking about when your team, I think when I was working at UL, I had a team that was across 6 time zones. I have some people reporting to me in Alaska, 9, 10 hours ahead, as in I'm ahead of them. And my direct boss is 4.5 hours ahead of me in India. So you imagine, like, so when I am about to communicate in my email, I will not type, hi, please, let's meet at 3 p.m. I'm writing, let's meet at 3 p.m. CET GMT +1. That is communication. Because then the person understands exactly what I'm saying. So the dynamics are different when it comes to all these skills. And that is what they are asking you if you have. So when I am interviewing in such roles, nobody remembers that I'm not coming with a business. Whatever it is you are asking, you will not remember. Because the thing that is going to help you achieve that job, I will describe it at the interview. So like the way my interviews will end is basically, in summary, what is my rate card? How much am I going to collect? Because I have shown them I know how to work. Nobody tests, like I hardly see those kind of interviews that are testing you on the skill. Like the interviews that they test you on the main skill, that is the one you studied in school or the one you studied as, let's say, for instance, now coding, those kind of things, that the interviews that they really test your technical knowledge are things like you have to code. They do not give you something and say, code, create this code for this program. If it is not that, it is things like project management, the only thing they are testing at that interview is your soft skill. They are not giving you and saying this thing, yeah, start doing, initiate and plan product from start to finish. So they are simply testing your ability to work, not the knowledge of the work you want to do. One of the things, I think it was in, Muhyiddin Agbola is here, is a student of mine. I think one of the things I taught in batch, module 6 of WFS was what? No, module 6 was selling. It should be module, yes, selling module, where I taught about CVs and cover letter and LinkedIn and all that. One of the things I taught there was, look, the fact that you don't even know that the skill they are asking you if you have, you don't know that it is the skill they are asking you, is a major problem. Not knowing what they are asking you is the primary problem of most people. Because I get that question a lot. Ma, please, I think I've worked before, I have soft skills. I said, my sister, I did not call my course for you soft skill. I called it workplace foundational skills. Because in today's world, soft skill is things like when you say leadership, communication, I'm talking about the general workplace skills, which includes the digital skills, the soft skills, the life skills, the tech skills, which has to do with software usage, clarity, which doesn't even have a category. Then your structure skills. What is structure skills? I call it the remote worker skill. I think that was what I taught on module 4. Structure skills is a different category on its own because it's like if you have to work remotely with me, how do you establish workflow? What exactly is workflow? How do I ensure that we are working seamlessly together without seeing one another? So all these things, they did not teach you in business admin, neither did they teach you in biochemistry. There is a reason I created the Workplace Foundational Skills Program. It's because I know it does not exist. Quote me anywhere. I can give you next 6 months, go and look for Workplace Foundational Skills Program on the internet. You will not find it. There is a reason I created it. It was a pain for me. When I say it was a pain, I will be employing and be relieving, employing and be relieving. And I'm saying, why don't people just have these workplace skills now? And they are saying, did they teach it in school? No. Will your employer teach you? No. So who exactly, where are people supposed to find it? On the road. So whenever people come and say, please go and ask who would have taken WFS. People that took it at 300,000, they will still come, pray for me and serve me. Like they will say, Ma, is there anything I can do for you after paying me money last year of 300,000? Why? Because they know that in my language in Yoruba, they will say, Onwo means it is expensive. Onwo, my dad will say, Onwo is not expensive. Then I asked him, what does that mean? He said, when you say something is onwo, it means that it is expensive. Like if you have some level of money, you can buy it. That is not the definition of onwo. That onwo should be, even when you have your money, you cannot buy it. That means it is limited edition. That's what it should be. Like when you say something is onwo in Yoruba, it should be like it is. Like I have my money, I can still not find it. That was my own situation. I had my money, I could still not find it as a program. Like at least there should be someone who understands what I need generally in today's workplace beyond what I want to deliver. So that thing that I need generally, because it's beyond just one thing. It's a combination of small different things that you now put together and call workplace foundational skills. In fact, what will categorize as workplace foundational skill now? If I'd created this program 3 years ago, I would have had to redo it now. Why? Because there is an emergence of technology, and the things that are needed in the workplace differ for every time technology evolves. So 2 years, what am I even saying 2 years? Beginning of this year, when I first said, oh, this is a curriculum I would eventually create, there was no AI in it, like the use of AI to do research. But guess what? By April, when I started to record, our life has started to revolve around AI. There was Meta, there's ChatGPT, there was so basically I had to refine what I was going to teach in terms of research skills to fit what we are currently experiencing. Because right now, if you are in the workplace and you are not using AI, Oyo is your case. You're on your own. You're on your own. Oyo is your case. Why do I say that? You see this meeting, as you are in this meeting, last week, I activate, on my course that I taught the WFS. Let me even tell you how fast technology is emerging. When I recorded WFS 2-3 months ago, right? I taught them, Muhyiddin Agbola, you can ask him. I taught them how to use OtterAI to join meetings. So when they join meetings, it gives them the meeting summary. As at last month, Zoom had introduced their own AI companion. As I'm doing this meeting now, Zoom is doing the minute of my meeting for me, the summary. As I finish this meeting, it will send me via email. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it means what I even taught them about OtterAI joining meetings. So far, I'm hosting a meeting on Zoom right now. I don't even need OtterAI. And if you see the summary of Zoom meeting, hey, it is even way higher than Otta AI as a meeting. Otta AI is one of the things I taught them as a meeting tool in WFS. So whenever people tell me soft skills, I say it's not soft skills. It is workplace foundational skills. Because soft skills is when you say communication, leadership, something. So where do you put all those other ones? It is workplace foundational skills and everybody needs it. If you are here, I think I've seen like 3 of my students that have taken WFS before. Like every time I have a free clarity session, they still come back because they always tell me that, Doc, there is something new to learn from you every time. I said, because I'm always learning every day. Do you understand? I'm always learning every day. This Zoom one now, I just started it last week. Do you understand? And I'm so happy because as I'm seeing the minute of my meeting, as in happiness is just entering my heart from Zoom. So please, I think I've explained a lot of things regarding what it really means to have to qualify for a job, an emerging job. So if you are that person, you are in this room, this person, I don't know who you are, that you sent that question to Moina, I've explained to you. You've taken WFS. They are not asking you for, what did they even ask you for? Assistant role. And you say you don't want to apply because you saw, what are they calling it today? You saw business analysis. What is that? Be business, what the business admin as background. Go and apply for me. Come back and tell me. Apply everything I taught you on the WFS. Come back and tell me if you will not get that job. Because they don't really need that certificate of business administration. They just need it as a baseline to say at least you have degree. Let's move from there up. Now I'm going to take questions from the comment section, and I'm going to be as fast as possible because I need to end this meeting latest by 5:15. Please, can this session be recorded to send to the platform? Yes, it's recorded. Okay, Moina has answered that. So I'm going to take questions from it. Good afternoon, Doc AAA. I have shared my question through the Google form that you sent. Do you have access to it? My name is, okay. No, I don't have access to it here. So that's Google form that they sent into the community, right? It's, I use it to take questions in the community. So I do not know what your question. I would have to probably start going to I may need to go and start looking for that Google form. I don't even know what it is named. Moina, do you know what that Google form is named? Forms. Let me go to forms and see. I'm sure Chinenye would have created that form in. Please drop your questions. Let me see if I can retrieve that form. Okay, I've seen the form. Let me go back and read what your name is and see if I can find your question. Just give me, I've seen the form. Let me find the responses. Hey. I'll just find your name. Let me do control find. Okay, I've seen your name. So let me see. I see your listing is advocate. Okay, Dr. AAA, please, is it also possible for a teacher with over 20 years of professional experience also gaining global recognition? I recently moved to another city and I find that I can't get the level of job that I used to since I worked in the private sector all my life. Really good schools are not employing because teachers who get into such schools never want to leave. This made me to decide to transition my career into one that can make me globally employable. I registered for the global career paths recommended. Right now, I'm in SFW batch 4 class. Do you think I made the right decision? Transitioning career is not easy, but I know that I can do it with a lot of hard work. So you want to transition careers? And you said good schools are not employing. So like your reason for transitioning is because you're not getting employed in your current line of work. And you're asking if transitioning careers is a good choice, because I'm trying to, right now, do you think I made the right decision? Like, you're asking if you made the right decision transitioning careers, right? If I'm correct, like, because you said that you have already paid for Global Career Paths Pro, that is the workplace foundational skills, a technical skill, and internship at the end of it. So let me ask, when you paid for the Global Career Path, have you chosen the technical routes you want? Have you chosen the technical route you want? So the first thing is, let me answer the first question, which is, did you make a right decision transitioning careers? Let me say, you say you have 20 years of experience as a teacher. And I do not think you are transitioning because you do not like the job you do. You are transitioning because you cannot find what you want in that path, right? If I'm correct. Because that information will help me to first say you made the right choice, you did not make a right choice. If you could find the job you currently do, will you still want to do it? So just send me a direct message so I can see what your answer is. If you could find the job you currently do, which is teaching in the capacity in which you were teaching before, would you still want to do the job you currently do? So I'm just waiting to read the answer. So while I'm waiting for your answer, someone asked, good afternoon, Doc. The WFS, is it advised to begin without a laptop? I advise you to begin without a laptop. If laptop is your only limitation, why is that? It will take you nothing less than 6 weeks to learn. And you can learn on your phone. It is when you now need to get a job and deliver a job to people that you need to get a laptop to do. Do you understand? 90% of the things we teach, you can do it while learning on your laptop. So the question is, let's say, for instance, I'm teaching you Google. Maybe Google, how to use Google Sheets, how to use Google Documents, use Google Calendar. They are all applications you can download on your phone and get it done, like on your phone, the assignment. But the question is, if you had to now go and get a job with someone to use Google Sheets to do the inventory of their store, or you want to use Google Docs to do a concept note for them because they are planning an event, will you be typing concept notes on your phone? Like, it's going to slow down your work. So that is the time that when you now need to do in fact, till you get to your interview this time, you can interview on your phone. Do you understand? But I would not advise, let's say there's not an interview, you need to share your screen and show that, oh, when they are asking you for it, how they ask me about what tool will I use for collaborative work? And I was saying Miro. It doesn't make any sense for me to now be interviewing and say, okay, let me share my Miro. I'm now sharing my mobile. And they are looking at me like, you could have joined this interview on this, now you can share your screen properly. Do you understand me? So learning can be done on a phone. It is implementation. Like, what happens after? How will you deliver the job to someone? Do you plan to work remotely without a laptop? But why do I say it is advisable is because you need to start learning. You don't even have the knowledge yet. So what will happen? One of the things I taught on the WFS in Module 6 is selling yourself. Because beyond me teaching you skills to do the work, shaping is when you first get the work now. So in Module 6, after I teach you all the skills you need at work, in Module 6, I now teach you the selling module. Selling module means now that I'm skilled, let me go and sell myself. Like, that is the module I teach you how to sell yourself to someone to employ you, right? So that selling module, you are going to have to sell yourself. at some point to someone, to an employer, to whatever that wants going to give you the opportunity. So when you go and sell yourself and then I say, yeah, come and show up at this thing, what's going to happen at that point? So I always say, because I would have built you up to the extent that, in fact, when you propose something to someone with cover proposal and all those things, when you are telling someone to get you on their team, because they feel you're so good, they are saying, okay, maybe I could. It depends. In fact, I always tell people that when you're a beginner, especially in a particular field, please get an on-site job first before a remote job. Why? There's a likelihood that the person will give you a work tool to do the job. A work tool, meaning they'll give you a laptop. They'll give you a work tool to do the job because it's on-site. And I'll give you a perfect example. People in my workspace, they're Moina and Co. They use the organization system. It's me that bought laptop. It's me that bought phone. But my remote team, they're not with me. They bought their own laptop and their own phone. Do you understand? So please, that will be my advice to you. Join WFS and start learning. So I'm going to check if she has dropped me an answer. Yes, I love teaching. However, I would love to be globally employable since it's giving the opportunity to earn a higher level. So here is the thing. I love teaching. So it is not, you shouldn't be transitioning careers. You should be upgrading within the same career path. What is upgrading? Like, I have done this thing locally on site, whatever, for this number of years. It means you have the technical skill of teaching. Your stock in trade is teaching. Do you understand? Again, I will use myself. When I went to go and get global program coordinator work, my stock in trade is teaching. I know how to teach. Whether it was at my fashion business, I had a fashion school. Whether it was at university, I was teaching. Whether it was, I was teaching. That is my stock in trade. That is my technical skill. You cannot teach me how. I know how to teach. So when I was searching for global roles, I searched for the ones that my technical skill, I honed it. So in me being a global coordinator, I just told you now that that role involved that I would employ local facilitators, then train them on how to facilitate in those locations globally, meaning that I was teaching. I was doing what I liked. I only decided to go and start earning with it in dollars. But the job did not come as what? Teacher. So one of the things I teach on WFS for instance is how to do gap analysis. I say, when you do not even know the job you are searching for, how would you search for it? Do you understand? So I first did gap analysis. Like I went to LinkedIn to go and look for all this, my jack of, I've managed business, I've done this, all these things that I know how to do together collectively. I gathered, that is what you call skills mapping. I did skills mapping. I listed all my own skills and say, I can apply for grants. I can teach. I can work remotely. I can use digital this thing. I can build LMS. I have done online this thing. I knew, like, it seemed like it was not making sense, but all those skills was what was needed on that job. They needed somebody who has worked in a diverse setting, not maybe work for money, but I had done that through my volunteering this thing. Diversity. They needed someone who knew how to do grants. I knew that because I had applied for so many. They needed somebody who knew how to teach because they were going to be teaching local facilitators how to facilitate. I checked. But the title of the job, I can even, fun fact, when they first advertised that job had a different job title. When they gave me offer letter, because even them did not interview me, they thought, they said, okay, they amended it. So my job was a combination of different things. Today, I can be coordinating events because one of the things we were doing on that, it was a climate change project. It was called the Global Way Project, where we were doing this climate awareness in countries and everything. So what it meant is, in fact, at the beginning of the job, they needed me to have skills in recruitment, meaning that and partnerships. I needed to source for partnerships using my network to source for the partnership, get them onboarded again. Onboarding partners to our thing. It was a teaching thing, only that I was not now teaching chemistry. For me one of the things that was required of me during the first aspect of my job, when I sourced for partners, again, sourcing for partners, looking for partners is a networking activity. It's a soft skill. Again, it is not a stock in trade. It is one of those things I learned from all those my whatever. Now, it meant that I needed to know how to write email to source for partners to come to us. When I finish, I will now interview those partners and transcribe. There are many adults here that will say, when I teach them how to do transcription, like collect minutes of meeting, that is what it is, like minutes of meeting. They'll be saying it is a junior level job. I said, I laugh at you. You know why I laugh at you? Me, I was global program coordinator, and my job included transcribing meetings because it was an high-level meeting. I don't have an intern in such a meeting, such a high-level partnership meeting. It was my job to be interviewing the partner and be taking notes and be doing all those things. So it's even if you think you are big, and that is one of the things that troubles us Africans. We don't get to such jobs because we've never done transcription in our life. There's always a secretary doing transcription in our office. They will now say, do the job, you cannot do it. But people will still be telling me, ma, I have workplace skills. I've worked for 10 years. I said, madam, have you transcribed in a meeting before? Did you get all of this thing? They start looking at me. I said, but you tell me you have workplace skills that you used to work globally. So when they say you should come and get partnership and come and report to the team, you'll be saying, please, who will sit in the meeting with me? You think they will employ someone to sit in a meeting with you to transcribe? You don't even know that AI exists for you to have done that job without human being. Do you understand? So in that case, you can. What you really need is to first understand what jobs, what's the titles of the job that exist in today's world that teaching can be applied to. I think even in the free video, in the WFS, you're encouraging, if you watch batch 1, that's a batch, I keep saying batch, module 1 of that this thing. In fact, I see lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, where I showed you that skills. I taught you how to do that in there. I said, go to Google, search, like keep searching of, put program coordinator, education, just put education coordinator as a search word together. Search anything that is coming. What you now need to do, which is what is called skills mapping. You will now start clicking on each of those jobs and be looking at it. Like, okay, this one, all the things they're asking that I can do on that job, I can do it. That's always a problem. That is a problem with emerging jobs. Like, you don't even know what the title is. But if you go through it, you discover you can do it. But the challenge is always, people don't even know how to do this thing I just explained now. Now they finish doing it. They do not have they do not have workplace foundational skills to support such jobs. Like just what I'm explaining now. They don't know that they should carry AI and come to meeting with AI. Do you understand? They don't know all those things I taught you on WFS. So they are confined to brick and mortar teaching in a school. Because they don't now have today's soft skills that they can combine with their stock in trade. What I combined with so what it meant on the job is, on the job, they were not teaching me how to teach you, how to create guides, create curriculum, because I had to create guides for those my local facilitators, train them on how to act in this thing, all those, basically teaching them how to teach, how to facilitate training, how to make the training engaging. That was the technicality, the technical part of my job. That one, nobody will know how to do it for me. I had to do it. But then how to work, how to join Slack, how to do Miro, how to do this thing, they will not teach me. They expect me to know it because for some reason, if you've worked internationally or collaboratively, you should know all those skills. And that is a fact. That's what whenever people ask me, I say, go and start from WFS first. Because it does not matter what you want to do. You need to learn how to work collaboratively in the global space first. How do you work? That is basic. It's called foundational skills. It is basic. Something like this thing I'm teaching you, how to research. It was taught on the workplace foundation skill. How to even research the work you want to do. It is a soft skill. So please, my advice, if you now want to do this thing, what will I ask you to take in the technical school? Take project management. Why do I now say, what do you take? You have 20 years of experience in teaching. If you are going to go and apply for a job in that, with your stock in trade, with what you just learned at WFS, you will need ability to manage a project, program, or something. Why? You are going to be employed at the middle level, like not entry level. You are going to be employed as a middle level professional or senior level professional. And I always tell people, I always say, whoever cares to listen, if you want to be employed as a middle or senior level person in the international space, you need the skill of project management. Full stop. I always say, look, project management is a career path, but for a middle to senior level professional, it is a life skill. I repeat, for a middle to senior level professional, project management is a life skill. It is not a career path. They expect you to come with a package, even if you are not a project manager. And that also happened to me on that job. So they give you 30 people to manage. How are you going to manage them? You will do like this, woo, 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 and they will be managed. So, which is why you see organizations send their middle-level managers for project management courses. It has become a life skill at the middle to senior level. So if you are here and you have if you're a middle to senior level person, I'll say my special advice to you, take WFS and take project management at the Skills for Work Academy. Because project management is I do not say you use this project management to work. It is not, you will not go and start it as a career path. But I'm saying even in your education career path like this, Madam Oge, right? Or whatever, you will need it because you are the middle to senior level. It is constant. So let's be clear with that one. So in case you are the middle level, you're saying, how do I upgrade? How do I become better at work? Please, WFS, meaning remote worker skill, and project management is your go-to programs. I hope this helped you. Hello, my name is Mariam. Have the courses all recorded? How do? Aisha, please, could you be answering all those things that have to do with our courses question? How do some of us that might need close monitoring navigate with just watching courses on YouTube? Do I need laptop? Our courses are not hosted on YouTube to start with. Number 2, as in I had to breathe because I'm thinking, how do I explain it? How our courses work, there is a video on it. Aisha, can you and I say Aisha, Muina, can you respond to this person there is a video on how our programs work. I always tell people I do not run I'm not a course, I'm not a coach, I'm an educator. There is a difference. Why do I say so? Remember I said I taught at university, right? Courses is one aspect of my program, like the video course itself. There's a difference between the word I bought an online course and I enrolled for a program. They are two different things. WFS is a program. The course, the video course is one element of the program. So when you join WFS, for instance, you get an onboarding email. In that onboarding email, in fact, let me find something and I'm sure it will be somewhere. In that onboarding email, they will tell you to join a community. In that community, it's called a support community, right? Now, that community, the next thing they will now tell you to do is join an onboarding session. You will now join onboarding session, that one on October 1. You will now join onboarding session where we explain to you all the things that you will need to do. Now, WFS is in such a way that the video courses is hosted on what? Seller. It is not YouTube. Seller is a learning management system, meaning it is a place where people host programs like an online school. When you register on September 30, we will give everybody that paid login details like school. You know, the way you open your email, you will log in with your name, your username and password. You will now log into that school. When you log into that school, when you finish logging into that school, The next thing you will now do is in your own school. Only you can log into school. It is not YouTube. You will log into that your own place in your own school. When you log in, you will now be watching your courses. Now, beyond watching your courses, you will now be doing assignments. Now, first, when we onboard you, that assignment, I will share my screen with you. Like I said, there's a difference between a course seller and an educator. Because how do I ensure that what you are learning, you are knowing it and you are implementing it? It is by giving you coursework. See my screen. I want to share something with you. For every batch that we register, after they join that support community on Telegram, we will now give them access to Google Classroom. They will now list, can you see module 1, module 2? This is not where they are watching their course. So seller is where they are watching their course. This is where they will submit assignments. So they will watch video course. When they finish watching video course, and they know the video course to watch every day. So how we do it, on September 30, we will give you access to, there are 7 modules on the program on Seller. We will give you access to module 1 and 2. And we don't just give you access. We'll now tell you video 1, 2, 3. We advise you to watch it on day 1. Video 3, 4, watch it on day 2. We give you a schedule. We give you what? Schedule. Let me find an example of a schedule. This one is a global standard school. It is not a YouTube course. It is not a YouTube video. Let me find a sample of a schedule for you. So you understand, because as whenever people say, I just look and I'm like, okay, how do I start explaining this? Right? Let me give you an example of batch 2 schedule. For every student, after we onboard you, we will give you this schedule. What is a schedule? When I say we help you structure your life, you think I'm joking. You will have access to this schedule to say, on day 1, you are seeing it, onboarding session. These are the videos you should watch in your seller school, in that online school. This is not where you watch the video. The video will give you login access to the school. If you now want to say, oh, what should I be doing on day 1? We'll tell you, this schedule will tell you, on day 1, you watch this lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3 in your seller. On day 2, what should I be watching? This. On day 3, what should I be watching? This. On day 4. Can you see week 1? There's week 2. There's week 3. That is guiding you on the lessons to watch every day. This is a schedule. This is a structured school. It is not YouTube. So in your program, there is online course where is learn. There is a schedule too. There are quizzes for everything you watch. When you are watching, you would what? Be submit. Can you see module 1? This quiz, can you see it? They will submit and we will mark. I want to show you grades. And we will mark. Whenever I tell people the program is subsidized, they think I'm joking. People paid us 300,000 naira for it last year. Because why? It is still subsidized at 300,000. And it is because I do not know it's not because I do not know the price. Of course, I'm a global citizen. I've taken programs internationally. This same program, this same structure, it costs $1,650. Similar courses in the international space. Again, I'm a social enterprise. So whenever people tell me, I just feel, you know what? Like, if you don't do it, it is your loss. Because trust me, you won't find it any other place. I can guarantee you that. You see, all this support we do is a bonus, like totally free. Because even the course has 70+ lessons on Seller. Even the course, the 30, whatever you are paying does not cover the cost of the cost. So this, not another talk of me hiring people to market, to do this. Do you understand? You see, I can see people that submitted missing lessons. This is that they. I can see like there's an assessor doing all this marking in the Google Classroom. That is third element. Now, fourth element. If you go to our YouTube channel just go to YouTube, type iTrain Africa. We do live project workshops. What did I call it? Live project workshop. Just go to YouTube and type iTrain Africa. Find us. Last week, we had a live project workshop at this same time, Thursday last week, 3 to 5. Go and check what they do in live project workshops. I just want you to go and check. Find the video on our YouTube channel. In live project workshops, people come on Zoom. We share them into breakout rooms and they work collaboratively in a team. You see all that? I've worked remotely above it. They will do it right in the program. Where they will do work, I give them 1 hour, 15 minutes. We share the work. That work I'm teaching them. Once they do module 1 to 3, we have one live project. They do module 4, 5, 6, they have another live project. This is a school. You know what's current batch are saying? They are saying, oh, like you compress 4 years into 6 weeks. Like I feel like my degree and this thing, this one outweighs my degree. This is a school. It is not a YouTube. It is not a Telegram. It is not WhatsApp send video to me kind of nonsense. Please. When I say I'm a global citizen, I wasn't joking with you. Like I don't do things in the mediocre way. I build global standard academies. Okay, so it is not YouTube, nah, I don't do that. So the courses are recorded. I'm trying to get the course on Seller. I'm sure, just give me a minute. Let me stop sharing. I want to share. In fact, what am I saying? Muina, can you share a free version of the course? So you can go and check what the course looks like. There's a free version of the course on Seller. Muina, please, I need a link to that thing. Is Muina in this meeting? Muina, if you're in this meeting, Muina, I can see you in this meeting. Can you drop there's a free version of the course on Stella. When I say free version of it, it gives you access to the entire module 1. If you are trying to imagine what a course that is hosted on an online school looks like, go and watch the free version. It will show you the entire curriculum. It will give you access to the videos on module 1. So at least you understand what an online course that is hosted on an online school looks like. Then you will now come and do all this assignment on Google Classroom, attend live project workshop on Zoom, have interactions on Telegram. Then there is peering. There's another thing we do on the program. We break people down into accountability groups. And they meet and they do projects together. So it is not one of those things. See, I do not care about certificates. I care about, and see, when you finish the program, can you do the work? Certificate is rubbish if you cannot do the work. So everything I incorporate on my program is to ensure that when you are done, you can do the work. And not that you can do the work on paper. Your CV looks nice, but you cannot do the work. They say show up for interview. You say fear is catching me. They will not show up. For every time we conduct a recruitment process, people use their hand to apply. You say show up for interview. Half the people don't show up. Why don't they show up? Fear will not greet them because they gave that CV to somebody to do. And me, I will never ask you for certificates in my interview. All my staff here, including Muina, I have 10 people with me right now. I've never seen one person certificates. Never. I don't need it. So please, whenever you are trying to pursue something, your next, I want to do MBA, always ask, is that what I need to work? If it is not going to give you the skills you need to do the work, please first hang it. Go and get what will help you do the work. Or even get you in the door. Because you don't even have the skills to get yourself in the door. You don't know how to sell yourself. You don't know how to do global standard CVs. You don't know how to do cover letters. You don't know how to pitch yourself at an interview. And you are saying, you keep telling me, I have a BSc, MSc, and say it's okay. It's okay. Stop it. I don't need it. You have a BSc, MSc, you are sending me an email that is not formatted. And you expect me to even interview you. Nonsense email formatting. You use Georgia in one part, you use Calibri in the other side. Really? Those are things, like I always tell people that your CV may be great, but you see that email you sent as a cover, the email you composed is whacked. And that is why they did not even call you, because they did not even open your CV, because the email is not even good. They are playing, well, Sha, when you join WFS, you understand what I'm saying. There's a lesson I taught email. Again, go and check the curriculum of the, Moina, I'm looking for that free version. Where is it, please? Moina, I'm looking for Moina. The free version. Okay, free. Okay, great. I've seen it. I want to open it. So I understand what I'm saying. The free version of, yeah, I'll share my screen so anybody can pick it. Go and at least go and even experience what I'm talking about when I come to like how courses operate. So if you go to Seller, like it's a free, this is a free version of it. You can go there and go and check. So there's a video, meet your instructor. You can watch all these things in this module 1. Like if you click it, you can say 17 minutes, 20 minutes, 21 minutes, 23 minutes, 24 minutes, 20. You can watch all these things. It is the remaining ones you cannot watch from module 2. All these ones, you cannot watch it until you pay for it, right? And we started on October 1. So you can just go there, go and sit down. And trust me, people have said, okay, now that I've seen all the things she's going to teach him, I'll go and Google. I said, Google from today to next tomorrow. Will you see that Google Scholar exists? Yes. But will you know what to use it for in your place of work? No. Because I don't teach you tools by grabbing them off the internet or YouTube. I teach you based on my experience of usage. And my experience is in my head. Do you get me? So you can go and carry now and say ResearchGate. Number 1, what are you going to use ResearchGate for? You don't know. So when you find it on Google, you will say ResearchGate, but you don't know how to apply it because you don't know how I applied it to work. You can go and Google email, navigating your email. How do I navigate my email? You will Google it, you will find something, but you cannot understand how what I thought in it with regards to using it to work. Trust me, I've had people come to me to say, why are you using your curriculum? Most people say, I said, please, Google yourself away. Like, Google it away. You won't know what I taught in it because you can see the title, but you don't know what exactly the knowledge is. So please Google away. By all means, get this free. Google away if you want to Google away, please. It's not this thing. Doctor, please, I find it difficult. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm going to answer people's questions. I'm saying to join the... Hello, Mama. Are there courses or yes, they are recorded. As you can see, they are on the platform. I'm saving to join your course, Ma. Inshallah, before the year ends, I will be a student. I'm a lawyer working at the judiciary as a registrar, but no work in my place. I've been writing research and translation skills, and I'm an entrepreneur with 2 businesses. If I join your course, can it be useful for both workplace, remote jobs, and physical office? Yes. Let me show you something. That person that asked if it's useful for both work, I call it workplace skills. What does work mean? Work means you are running a business. You are doing 9 to 5. You are doing freelance. You are doing academic. I've had academics join this program. They're like, oh, when I say academics, lecturers, professor, saying, oh, wow, I never knew I could use this thing. I had a lecturer of communications join my program last batch. Then when she got to Canva, she said, Doc, God will bless you. I have been teaching communication in my department, and I was teaching about communication tools such as this thing. I never knew that angle. Whenever I get to that thing in my class, I always jump it, and I will tell the students to go and research on it. But now that you have taught me, when I taught this thing this semester, I could teach them with confidence because you have explained how it is actually used at work. Do you understand? So whenever I say you use it to work, work can be business running. It can be, I'm doing 9 to 5, I'm going to work office. It can be, I'm doing freelance job on Upwork. It can be, I'm in the academic space, I'm teaching lecturer. Work, anything that is work, you will need it. For instance, lesson 13 here. Can you see lesson 13? Google tools, Google My Business. Who will use Google My Business? Who needs Google My Business if not someone that is running a business? Another one, Google Sheets. You know, I said I've been a fashion entrepreneur for 14 years. This Google Sheets, I showed them my screen. I wish, okay, like, you know what? If you can click on any of this lesson, you understand. I don't run courses like I run courses like share my screen kind of courses, like workshop. share my screen, you know, that kind of, click on any of, like, go and click on lesson 3 or lesson 4 or lesson 5 here. Click on it, you understand? I will share my screen with you. That's what I do. Like, I share my screen with you and say, this is how I used it. So for that Google Sheet, for instance, I will show you my inventory. What does inventory mean? If you are running a business, like if you are running fabric, I have a fabric store. So I will tell you my fabric. I will name it SKU1, like whatever number of fabrics I have. I will show you how I will, when I sell, how I remove it from my inventory, how it will add up. I showed you how I use it to run my feed. Like even if I say this myself, I have a very unique perspective. Why? I have run a product-based business. I am now running an online business. I have taught at the university. I've been in the academic space. I have done remote work internationally online. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it means I have perspective from everywhere. So when someone is asking me, how does this, I said, I use this knowledge to teach you how to actually even run a fabric business. Because I have various perspectives. Yep, I'm a unique teacher like that because I have perspective from everywhere. So whether you want to use to work remotely, or you want to use in order to run your business, or you are a student, you are doing academics, one of the cheats, let me call it cheat, this Google Scholar, right? Of course, I've done a PhD, so I use Google Scholar during my PhD. I taught someone how to use this Google Scholar to make their writing, their dissertation, their projects, or their this thing easier. There was one academic, the person came to pray for me in the community, said, Doc, this thing you just taught me to make my projects, my thesis easy. I said, yes, ma. How do you think it was when I suffered shaggy on my own PhD that I had to learn it, and I'm teaching it here because I would imagine that somebody would join this thing and their kind of work, the work they are doing is research, like they are doing research at the university and they will need it. So I said, I combined various things that people need to do all kinds of work. So, again, please, is this session being okay? I've answered all that. I've answered all that. Thank you so much, Ma, for this teaching. Please, Ma, while teaching, you talked about how you landed your international remote job without certification, but with just experience. My question now is, as a recent graduate with no work experience or volunteering experience, how do you go about remote jobs? Please, as a recent graduate, I do not even advise you to start pursuing remote jobs, and that is my honest truth. What's your advice for we recent graduates who are just starting up? Go and get a physical job, do it. Do it. But ensure that you have workplace skills. Join WFS, get workplace skills. Don't chase remote jobs as a recent grad. I do not advise it. I honestly do not advise it. Because there are things that physical space job teaches you. You just heard me say I taught at the university for 2 years. It's a physical job. I had done business for 14 years. So when I was getting my remote job in 2022, the experiences I took from those physical jobs helped me on the... So what I needed was remote worker skills, meaning I have the knowledge I wanted to go and render. Same thing I told Madam Oge now that I said, she has experience. What she does not have is the ability to work remotely. She does not know how to, and she has now joined WFS to learn how to work remotely. But the thing she's going to go and offer remotely, she knows it. Do you get it? You have to have the work you want to deliver now. There are 2 sets of skills you use at work. Workplace skills, or what people call soft skills, and the technical skill, meaning the work you want to do. What work do you want to do? So if you have workplace skills that will support your work, how to work, the technical one, what is it? The only people that don't need to now go and do extra technical skill are people that want to do this 7 kind of job: community manager, executive assistant, virtual assistant, customer service, program coordination, marking script online, like this person is doing this thing. So all those jobs, those ones, all you need to do is WFS, because with that soft skills, with that workplace foundational skills, you can be a virtual assistant, you can be a program coordinator, you can, like all those ones. What you need to do then is not technical. It is soft skills. Do you understand? It is not a technical thing. So if you take WFS, for instance, you can be a community manager. Do you understand? You can be an executive assistant. Like, all the things you will learn is enough for you to be a VA, EA, community manager, all those skills that are not really asking you for any technicality. But you cannot take WFS and you say you want to use it to teach chemistry. If you don't have the technical knowledge of chemistry, you cannot teach it. But can it help you? Let's say you are not a chemistry teacher. I say, I want to teach chemistry online. I don't know how I will now do my stock in trade online. I'll say, we have bring down your stock in trade. Let me teach you the skills that will support your online work. So recent graduates, please, I beg you, find experience in your stock in trade. Now, if you do not know what your stock in trade is, go and do a personality test and say, okay, what do I want to, like, which career path do I want to do? Oh, I want to become a project manager. Then I will tell you to take WFS and project management, meaning the technical skills. I will now even advise you, the first job you will get, go and offer that project management in an on-site job. Then you progress from there. Yes, I love to. Okay, I've answered that. Doc, please, I find it difficult to handle my laptop because of kids now. Can I use tablets now for this works, maybe later on? Yes, like you can. Like, it's an internet-enabled device. You don't have a challenge at all. Dr. A, good evening. I have a BA in English and ME in special education. Kai, they are looking for you outside. I've been teaching for 20 years just because it was my first job. I got immediately after my NC. Not that I like teaching. The more reason I went for a BA instead of BEd. Presently, I'm bored and I'm looking for what I can do next before I quit. Also, I want to know the schedule of the WFS training. Hope it to be suitable for me since I'm not quitting my job now. Again, you just saw what I shared. You watch it at your pace, but we guide you based on the schedule and say, not this one. Where is that schedule? Okay, there's a schedule. So we offer you this Excel sheet and say, we advise you to watch 1, 2 on the 1, 2, 3 on day 1, 1, 2, 3 on day 2, 1, 2, 3. And these lessons, they are on Stellar, meaning that in week 1, we would have given you access to your lessons. Week 2, we give you access to your lessons at the beginning of the week. So if you choose to say, I don't want to be watching 1, 1 every day or 3, 3 every day, an average lesson is about 10 to 20 minutes long. So it means that even if you watch these 3 lessons in one day now, it is no more than 1 hour. If you are in Lagos, I say use your transit time. As you are going to work, plug it in your ear and watch. When you come back, use 30 minutes to deliver your assignments in the night. You are done. One of the things I teach on this program is how to structure your life to upgrade. Like, when I tell people that, when I say I learn every day, I have a personal development time for myself. There's nothing like I'm hustling, I'm too busy. Are you kidding me? I said, do you want to upgrade your life at all? I said, the reason why you are hustling and you don't have time to go and earn better money, it is because you have chosen not to upgrade. Let's be clear. You cannot upgrade your life and not improve your standard of living. I said, well, imagine you get, whenever I tell people, I said, see, if you are in that point that you are always hustling, I said, close your eye. If it kills you, I said, ensure you create time and money for personal development. I said, because the main reason why you are doing all-round hustle without still having money is because you are doing a job that requires a lot of time with low income. That is what you are doing, and that is hustle. I said you must upgrade for you to have the earning capability of doing a job that will require you to just do, maybe start in the morning and end while your children are closing and still have the money to hire 1 driver, 2 helps and all that. I said, because however it is we cut it now, imagine even if it is $500 they are giving you, I'm just saying, $500 to 750,000. If you are in this Nigeria, you will be able to afford 2 helps, 50K, be paying 2 helps. One will be helping you to handle your children. One is helping you to do one thing. And you are not hustling. But look, when people join my GOP program, what is GOP? GOP is Global Opportunities Program. It is strictly by application. That particular program is strictly for professionals that are looking for global visibility. Like they have experience, they are not transitioning. They want to simply attract global opportunities to themselves. That particular program, I always tell them, I always say, guy, Because for my Global Opportunities Program, it is for experienced people only. They have to apply for it. The program is 268,750, right? I said, they will not say, hey, doc, I paid. I don't have time. I still have to go to work. I said, see, you will keep hustling. So you either choose to upgrade your hustle now, or you don't. The choice is yours. But that you will not dedicate resources. Whenever I say resources, I say you will dedicate time and you will dedicate money. Those two must go hand in hand. But it is a choice. You must decide when you want to upgrade and say, okay, for the next 6 weeks in my life, the time I used to watch Telemundo, those 2 hours, I will use it to watch this course so that I can learn how to upgrade. Or the time I used to do whatever it is you use the time for. In fact, the time I spend in the toilet, for men, 45 minutes in the toilet, as I'm going into that toilet, I'll be listening to the lesson. You choose. So instead of me watching Facebook, all those Facebook videos, I always watch in the toilets. When I go and spend 45 minutes in the toilet for men, that is what you people do, right? I will use that 45 minutes in the toilet to listen to Dr. Derisola. It is a choice. So please, they are flexible in the sense that the videos are there for you to watch weekly. But I always advise people, if you can just stick to this schedule, that you are watching it like this. One of the reasons I created a schedule, again, I'm an educator. So I tested this curriculum for 3 years on people, 9 demographics, artisan, master degree holder, teenager, 17-year-old who has not even finished JAMB, BSc, recent graduate, NYSC, name it. So I know what works. I always say, I am trying to build consistency muscle in you by ensuring you are keeping to a schedule, which is why I always say, please follow schedule. But if you can't, please Saturday, turn it to Netflix, sit down, watch or whatever, but make sure your work is delivered and you submit your assignments, because that is when you can really test your capabilities. And no, your assignment is not, there's no grading of over 100. We assess. Again, I use international standard, meaning that we look at the work you do. We don't really say, you got 100, 200 over 100. No. It is not about exam passing. It is about testing your skill level and making you practice. Okay? So please, it is flexible, but it is not one of those programs you want to join and not follow through with it. You'll just be wasting your own self. One of the things we have gotten a lot in the last 1 week is somebody saying, are you sure you're not a scam? Would you want to scam me? It is too cheap. How can you give me all this value? And I'm just laughing because I'm not joking. In the last 4 days, we have gotten 5 of such messages. Because by the time people see all the things, all the work we put through, all the things that comes with the program, they can't wrap their head around, how does somebody give me all this for this price? So they say if it is like this, then it is too good to be true. That is what people ask. I'm not even joking. I'm like, do you people realize that we are a social enterprise and we are subsidizing this program? We are the same thing we are getting now. People paid us 300K in 2020. We are subsidizing this program. Any day we like, we will remove the subsidy. Any day we like, we will remove the subsidy. So it is not because if I sell this, what am I even saying? Even at the previous 300K we sold this program, people will finish it and be praying for us. Trust me, because the program is what will that is over 2 million naira. Learn more about the workplace. It's a very common challenge. I did all the courses in procurement, including CI. I failed to get the job. I'm stuck doing data entry for 9 years. I have submitted 700 plus applications for procurement and logistics roles in vain. Oh, so this is the response for the first question you answered about certificate. I posted it in the WhatsApp status. Oh, really? Interesting. So this person, trust me, it is not about you doing all the procurement, this thing. You may be doing it, what you are getting wrong may simply be your manner of application. Because it is someone that is impressed by your soft skill, by how your email looked, by how you interviewed, by how your CV even looked, by the work you described in your cover letter. that will now say, okay, let me check your procurement knowledge. Someone that is not even impressed with your outward. Let me tell you what workplace foundational skills does for you. One of the things I covered in the selling model, where is it? Let me go there. Is cover letter. For instance, I see many people in their cover letter, they will list what is on their CV. I always say, why do you think they are two different documents? You think they wanted to duplicate documents, right? That is why they say you should do two documents. It is not the same thing. So I always say cover letter is the place where you first sell yourself. Based on the work you have done before, the experience, you are describing the closest experience you have to the job they advertised. For perspective, when I applied for global program coordinator role, even if I had university experience and an average person in this room, if I tell you what is my biggest asset, they will say, Ma, you have a PhD. To that job, that PhD was useless. So I would not describe my PhD in a cover letter for that kind of role. I would describe something else. Because even if to an average is job, if you are saying cover letter, I'm telling you, prove to me you can do the job you're applying for. So how does the job of program coordinator and PhD in chemistry, what alignment do they have? So your problem might not be your procurement degree. So you have always thought, let me get certification. It may not be your challenge at all in trade, but you do not know how to present your stock in trade. So you are not even getting in the door. So one of the things I first taught in this selling module, can you see module 6, selling module, selling yourself to the global market through professional assets. I will first teach you all the skills you need on the job. I now got to module 6 and said, after you have learned all those things, how do you now sell the trade to someone? Fundamentals of self-sell. Tell me about yourself, how you answer it, introduction to CV, introduction to cover letter, building your portfolio, introduction to LinkedIn, the business of selling your soft skills and finding a job with it. This may be your challenge, this thing, not because you do not know what you are doing in your job. Then the last thing, what will now cause us up and down. I now taught it as a last module, which is what? Emotional intelligence, negotiation, planning and projection, strategy, leadership, considering remote work. In fact, this particular lesson, this last lesson, you cannot see it anywhere because it is my experience. I taught you, if you are working in a multicultural team abroad or watching a team that has diverse people, these are the things, they are called cultural nuances. What are the things you should expect on that team? So trust me, whenever I say this particular thing is pure experience of several years, what works, and it has no duplicates. So so that procurement guy, your case is not getting more procurement degrees, and it is not about applying to 100 jobs. That person that I've gotten to that point, I apply to one job, I get one job. I've gotten to that point because I know what they are looking for, and I will give it. And it is not certificates. What can I do at this point? Please go and join the BFS. I think I've given you the advice. Thanks so much, doctor. I really appreciate you, ma'am. Dr. Miss Marina or Miss Aisha. I'm not sure schedule me for social media management. Is it possible to switch? Yeah, it is possible to switch. Is it possible to switch? Yes, please switch to project management. Yes, because you're a middle-level career, right? So you need to know how to manage projects. So it is possible to switch. So far you've not started the program, you can switch, totally switch. This person mentioned their name, a graduate of food science and technology 10 years ago. I'm 40 years. I teach diction in nursery and primary school for 3 years now, and I have been an hairstylist right from my undergraduate years till date. My 2 jobs involve standing a lot, and I'm tired. I want to work remotely, but what career path should I take? You say you teach diction. So again, what you really have at hand is diction. And you have done hairstyling for 10 years. So here are 2 things you could do. You sell your knowledge around your hairstyling, or you sell your knowledge online, diction. Or you have 3 years experience in it. There are plenty diction people online. I do not know how lucrative it is, but there are people that are doing it online. But in this case, hairstyling, the first thing that is coming to my head is, Kai, go and start cashing out on YouTube. So what I'll probably even advise you do is learn the art of content creation, learn how to create content. You could take that content creation program at the Skillful Academy. Of course, you need to, WFS, it doesn't matter whatever recommendation I give to you. WFS is a must. That one, standard, is for everybody, right? Now, why do I say content creation? You have the skill. You have the skill, which is rare. So this particular skill, if you want to work remotely, I say start selling the knowledge online. But there is something I taught, design thinking, on this WFS, this particular model. You can also, Google it. This was design thinking. It's basically you are trying to innovate a product. And it shows you how to get to that innovation process. Now, this design thinking, what you now do is you need to learn content creation, how to create content. If you're not a social media person, you need to learn it. So register for the content creation and social media management course in the academy. Moina, you can drop that link to that particular program for him. See, you need to sell your knowledge of hairstyling online. So because I have not done the research, which is why I mentioned design thinking, where is the gap? Don't start a business that there is no gap. A business will only survive if there's a gap. And I do not mean a business of you going and doing hair on physically. Do you understand? I'm talking about the business of selling the knowledge of hairstyling. If I asked you a question now that, in your industry, what is the gap? Like, have you seen people teaching people how to do hair online? Are there people that want to teach their children how to do hair? Like, what is the gap? What is the one thing that somebody has as a problem in terms of hairstyling that they can pay you for? So it is either one more person is paying you for that knowledge or YouTube is paying you. What do I mean by YouTube is paying you? Are you that person that you will say, oh, I want to collaborate with hair vendors, meaning that people that produce organic, that produce shampoos, conditioner, I send a proposal to them, and I'm the one that whenever they want to launch a product, they call me. Like, if you're an organic person, you want to do photo shoot, like, you need to find who needs you, a place that is not saturated, and go and sell knowledge from your hair business. That is what I would advise you. You need to, because you have over 10 years of, you say you have been doing hairstyling in school and you graduated 10 years ago. So it means your hairstyling business, you have 13 years in it, my sister. Hey, you need to start selling that knowledge on, because that is your technicality. That is your stock in trade. Start selling it. How you will now package it would it's now like, it's not what I can offer in this particular thing right now, because it's a whole process of starting a product and starting a business. But you need to start selling that hair thing online. I'm not certain about diction. It will sell, but it may be harder to sell. Your low-hanging fruits is your hair knowledge. Please, how do I create a schedule for myself and my boss? How do you create a schedule? Please go on WFS and go and learn it. One of the things I teach them in Module 5 is how to create schedules and cover letters and to do. You see this particular module that I'm showing you on my screen. Module 5, developing planning and organizational processes for personal and work tasks, the structure module, creating a to-do list, creating planner, building Gantt chart, meeting agenda, writing minutes, organizing folders for work, compressing images, creating standard operating procedures, creating standard, like basically how to create any type of organization and structure you want to do. That is what I taught on Module 5. It is a process. Do you understand? It is not what I can explain. It is a framework. So please go on WFS and go and learn how to do it. The modules of WFS are rich. I really look forward to starting the class on October 1. Oh, we are looking forward. Please note, everybody, please note, on September 28th, when WFS Batch 5 registration closes, it goes from 75% subsidy to 65% subsidy. It is not totally removed. It just went a bit up. It goes from 75% subsidy to 65%. What does it mean? It goes from 37,625 to 45,150. Please note, if you come on September 29, you will pay 41,150. If you come 1 minute after September, like 12:01, that's 001 on 29th, you would pay 41,150. Please don't come and beg me and say I did not know. Please, I beg you. Me, I'm the one begging you now, so you don't have to beg me. Because some people do it intentionally, they will wait. I don't know, they enjoy it to wait till last minute. Then you will now see them on Telegram. Madam Adenisola, may Allah bless you. May Allah this. I said that is patronizing. What you knew, but you chose to wait. Please, they will now come on the last day. It is because my bank did not transfer. I said, but you waited to the last day for your bank transfer. You know at the end of the month, all banks have issues. It is end of the month issue, but you chose to wait. Should you choose to wait, you will pay more. Again, the subsidy is just being reduced. If we took it totally away, you pay 300,000. So we only moved it from 75% to 65% subsidy. It is going from 37,625 to 45,150. Please, I beg you. And don't ask me. It is not a discount. It is subsidized. When they say fuel was subsidized in Nigeria, was it a discount? No. Somebody is paying the differential. Now that differential, it is going up soon. I'm sure at what something will happen, whatever management, whatever, will say, oh, it is no more 65%. Now we are going to 50%. That time you'll be paying 100,000. That is the way it works. So again, we said to ourselves, 2024, our batches, this is the 5th batch in 2024. And we said to ourselves, we will subsidize all batches in this year. After October 1, the next batch is February 1. Again, I've seen the question like, can I pay now and join February 1 batch? Yes. But any payment that comes in after September 28, even if you want to join this current batch that is starting October 1 and you pay September 29, you will pay the new price. Enrollment for batch 5 closes September 28, 11:59 p.m. By 12 midnight September 29, you will pay 45,150, which is 65% subsidy. Because it is not a discount, it cannot come back. Discount is where you say, oh, I'm not running a sale. The program was subsidized for a year, like the programs we are running this year. It is not sales, it is not discounts. Like somebody is paying the differential what you are not paying. So please note, there is a difference. So before you come and start saying without discount, it is not coming back. The subsidy has moved from 75% to 65% by September. It can go back to 50% to 40%, 30% till it gets to the full price of the program. Please note, I am saying, hey, you see I'm screaming now. But we see people in our email, they will say, we use Allah to beg you. You know, you are a kind woman. There is nothing we don't see. All those things, once we set policies as a management, we don't go back. Thank you, Doc. I had joined the WFS, but unfortunately, due to some reasons beyond me, I could not attend the 6-week classes. I've been considering registering again so I can benefit. Yes, there are people that registered again in this batch. Please, my question is it possible for me to get the most out of this training without your mentorship? Yes, you have access to your batch now. Go and watch it. You can learn it, like, you can learn it. But if you want to get access to the support over again, please, you pay. That's a good thing. There's someone that joined batch 1 and joined batch 4. Why? They wanted to get access to the support group again. So the good thing is it is still subsidized, like it's still a giveaway. So even if you pay it, it's like you are not losing because the entire support on this program is a bonus. So so if you want to join another group, you can pay and join another group, as in you enroll again for another batch. So I don't know if it's even proper to ask this, but it just crossed my mind. What happens if I'm not able to grasp the lessons as I should, but have assignment or tasks to complete and submit? Okay, Muina has answered that. Thank you. What about those that already have physical jobs? I don't understand. 80% of those in our programs are working professionals. 80. Like they have job. They have jobs. They are not idle. They have jobs, okay? 80% of those on our programs have jobs that they are doing. 80. That means out of every 100 people, 80 are working. It is not a live video. You will watch the video in your morning, the afternoon, the night, whatever time you choose to watch it. Then the Google Classroom you submit at your time. The only thing that is live is the workshop, and it is 3 to 5 p.m. If you go to this thing, Moina, drop the informational page. The day that we are going to have the 2 live workshops and the onboarding is there. And even that, I said, go and check the live workshop of this previous batch. Their second live workshop was last week, Thursday. If you go to our YouTube channel, Moina, help me find the link and drop it for them. That is the only one that is live, where you work collaboratively with people live in a Zoom session and you use to practice. But every other one is recorded. I'm yet to get my onboarding link. I've checked my junk. Please send an email to iTrain Africa. Doc, I have signed up for the WFS and I'm thinking of continuing with project management plus internship, but I'm a full-time employee as a training facilitator. Please advise, how do I navigate my full-time job if I want to do internship? Please, I do not advise you to do a demanding job with internship. That's just the truth. If your job is demanding, it's not a flexible job, I do not advise you to do it with internship. Because if your employer requires you to spend 4 hours in a day, there are people that are doing it now. I have interns even on my own team that are doing 9 to 5. But the work they are doing are things that are not, like, for instance, if you want to do internship as a virtual assistant, it is almost impossible because virtual assistant, you need to be there in the team. But if you are doing internship as a content creator, I don't know what you want to this thing as a content creator, you can do your work while other team members, like, you can do it at any time you like. It's to create the content and this thing, like, your work is not. But if you are trying to manage projects, like you are doing project management on a team and you are working full time, so how will you manage your team members that are working? Like, do you understand? But if you are doing something like content creation, community management, you can do it with you can do internship in community management, content creation with your full-time job, and it will not affect it because you can do it ahead of time. But something like being a virtual assistant, meaning you are assisting me in doing small things, and that, do you understand? It means I need you like at irregular times, so it may be difficult this day. So please, my project manager on my team right now works full-time. We have also posted people that are working full-time as project managers, but it has to be that their work is flexible enough for them to be able to pop in. Like, oh, we have general team meeting in a week and the person can pop in for 30 minutes of the time. We have, like, your work has to be a bit flexible, your 9 to 5 job. Excuse me, ma'am, I'll be back in 5 minutes, okay? Hi, Doc, I want to say this course is very good for us who have been working for 24 years but do not know how to use some internet application. The challenge I have is that when the lesson starts, I will be busy at work and I believe so many lessons I could not attend. So I believe I will have to do this course again so that I can be able to do some work. Okay, please, when you say when it starts, is it that you don't close from work? You don't close from work. Because if you close from work and you have 1 hour to watch television every day, you can do it. The lessons are not live. They are pre-recorded, meaning you log into your online school, like you want to watch Netflix. Do you watch Netflix during your work? You watch your Netflix after work now. That time you're using to watch Netflix, watch it. That is what you do. Hello, Miss Mirina. Where can I get the recorded version of this live class? On YouTube. It's on our YouTube channel. 45,150, not 40. Okay, 45,150. The price is going to 45,150, 45,150, 45,150. Okay. Good evening, Doc. I must say it is a pleasure to finally be in your class. I love winning women like you. Thank you for the impactful clarity session. You're welcome. I'm Romelia with more than 15 years in broadcasting. Interesting. I must say I love my job, but it is time to pivot. I have had trainings in project management and business. I'm still getting these jobs being difficult, hence my plan to join GCP. I I was happy to hear that project management is a must-have as I'm looking at content creation, so I stay close to my core competence. Am I right? I would love to hear your opinion, ma'am. So project management, I have had trainings in project. The problem with what I see when people tell me they've done business, like you are not the first. In fact, go to our Google review. Just go there, type iTrain Africa. You will see iTrain Africa on Google listed. Go to the review session. You will see people's analysis, data entry, project management, for Scrum Master, but they cannot still use this thing to work. I said, my sister, there is a difference between a training that is focused on you showcasing the certificates and a training that is focused on you having the skills to do the work. They are two different things. There is a reason that our professionals that taught project management and project, they are people, they are professionals, they are not teachers. They are people that are doing the work. So they are teaching you the work. They are not, it's like when you go to Igbo apprenticeship business and the person that went to do business in school, they are two different things. So one is learning the work. One is learning the knowledge of the work. I don't know how to explain it. Like one is in the work. So they are two different things. So whenever I have several people with PMP certification and all those things in our academy, they come and learn the skill of the work after they've gotten certificate of the work because they have the certificate of the work, but they cannot do the work. So they come back and learn the skill of the work. So I totally understand you. So what I would say is, what made you choose project management in the first place? Because I would imagine content creation is what you should have gone because you have experience in broadcasting. And it would be an easy breezy thing for you to do. Do you understand? Again, I do not know why you chose. Now, project management is a must-have for you based on the kind of job. Like you want to get a middle level to senior level job, then project management is a must for you because it is a life skill. Like it is you being able to manage projects. Because when you are getting job at that middle level, you'll be required to manage, like the work you are being given is a project. So you need to have the project management skills. Do you understand? So it is not that you're now going to do project manager. It means that I am a skilled, one of the things that make you skilled at the middle to senior level these things, because you can manage projects, you can manage people, you can manage corporations. That is what makes you skilled at the middle to senior level. Do you understand? So it's like in an organization, they will say, people that just got promoted to this management level, they should send all of them for project management course. So it's not because they will come back and become project manager, it's because they need to learn how to manage projects. So how much is subscribe price on September 29 in dollars? $50. So it is moving from $40 to $50 by September 29. Please, you can wait till September 29 so you can give me more money. Okay, you just give me more money. To learn more about all programs, system. Thank you very much. I have paid. Thank you. Yes, you can. My question, is after WFS with the subsidy amount, how much will I be paying to choose other skills after the WFS? So in the technical school, it is 107,500. If that is in dollars, is $129. 107,500 to choose any technique. Again, that one too used to be at that 75% subsidy at some point. It went to 50% subsidy. So at 50% subsidy, it's still 107,500. Again, that one, I always tell people that. People say, hey, I said, okay, please, my sister, there's another project management program. Go and take it. Go and pay your 200 and something thousand naira. Because again, whenever I tell people, I say, see, I know research. I know courses that what they give you certificates, you will still not be able to do the job. And you have paid 250K. But you will come to me that will teach you how to do the job and give you the knowledge. You come and be telling me my 50% subsidy is not enough. Please, I understand if it's not enough, please go and take that one that has certificates. It will help you, okay? So when you realize you cannot still do the job, you will come back and take this one that will teach you how to do the job, okay? So thank you very much. I don't think I have any other questions. I've spent 2 hours with you in this clarity session. And if you have any other question, Moina, please, can you drop our WhatsApp phone number? The WhatsApp this thing in the comment section, Moina. So if you have any other question, reach out to Moina. I'm sure we'll be able to take those questions on WhatsApp and all that. If you have more questions, when is it starting? It's starting on October 1. When will you get access to the course? September 30? Do you get access to all the courses at once? No. We will give you module 1 and 2. Like, we'll give you this one, like this one, and these 2 on September 30. 1 week after, we give you access to this one. And that 1 week after, we give you access, like that. We call it, we drip the course. We keep dripping it till you finish across 6 weeks. How long is it? It is 6 weeks. Is it pre-recorded? Yes. Is it on YouTube? No, it is on Seller. Can I watch a free version? Please go to Seller. Type seller.co/717167. Seller.co/71x 167 71x167 seller.co, that is selar.co/7 X as an alphabet, 1 6 7. Type it in your browser and you can get the free version of this course that allows you to get the clarity model. And again, what did we summary of this thing? We are going to do, you are going to get into Google Classroom. You are going to do the schedule. You are going to work, but your life is going to change, okay? Your life is definitely going to change. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been amazing spending this evening with you. And I hope to see all of you on, please, can you shed more light on GOP? So GOP is called Global Opportunities Program. It is a professional program where I teach professionals who have experience how to attract opportunities using LinkedIn. I call it a 5-in-1 program. It's a complete, it is a program that has 3 elements. What are the 3 elements? 2 online courses. The first online course, if you type iTrain Africa, okay, let me search us online so I can find the courses. Great. So iTrain Africa, our products. So if you go to, just search iTrain Africa and go to our product, this is GOP. This is GOP, for instance. GOP is a complete professionals pathway where I teach you how to build a brand that will attract global opportunities.
You know, I have been part of the candidate of the first BFG, that's the Blockchain Founders Incubator. I have received job offers from numerous companies across Africa and internationally. I currently have a job role of my dreams in an international company based in Frankfurt, Germany, and I'm being paid in dollars. And all because profile got me so many emails. I thought, you know what, this must be witchcraft. Yeah, I had a lot of recruiters reaching out to me, some even saying, oh, they don't need me right now, but they know that.
So I wanted to pause this thing because it's on the page. It automatically starts playing when you get to the page. That's one of the people who has taken the program before. See her here, who currently is, you know, just you can go there and go and hear the remaining part of the story. But what am I saying is this particular program is a 5-in-1 program where you get access to different things. You get access to this course, which is a 5-hour course. What does that course help you do? It helps you to have brand clarity, because one of the major problems of professionals who don't get opportunities, that is, when I just say professionals, I mean experienced people. So you could be experienced in the academic sector, experienced in your 9-to-5, experienced as a founder of a company, or as an experienced person. One of the major challenges they have is they will tell me they want to build their profile on LinkedIn, but they are not clear on the message. They are not clear on what they want to be seen as. So they go there, they will put content creators / sales representatives or CEO Obi and Sons. I say, what does CEO Obi and Sons mean? So you think I'll put CEO as Obi and Sons and they'll be rushing you global opportunities. I better get out. Like, it doesn't work like that. Do you understand? So one of the things we first help them do on the GOP is to clarify the message. And it is done via a framework. Meaning, when I say something is done via a framework, it is not like I will now sit and be, like I will say, do this journaling. This is how to do it. Do this framework, as in do this stakeholder analysis, do this thing. When you finish, you write this thing. when you see a pattern, then you work with the pattern. That is what brand clarity means. We can now say this is what you need to be seen as. Then that on still that one course, you will now do profile building. What does profile building mean? Building all the contents that you are going to put, like all the written content that you are going to put on your LinkedIn profile, because that is the one that does the work. It is not by clicking 15 skills on your LinkedIn to not do jack for you. Do you understand? So we build all the content, the written content in that course. So that particular course, when people pay for the GOP program, and yes, people pay twice. Like somebody said paid us yesterday, paid for half. So when they pay half, we give them this first course, because that first course covers the brand clarity and profile building. That is the hardest part. LinkedIn optimization can be done in almost 1 day. But you see this part, it will take you nothing less than 3 weeks to do, because you have to go and deliver. You have to do the work of doing that searching, clarity and everything, building the profile. It takes time. So when people do that, the second part of the GOP is this course. It's called the LinkedIn Optimization and Strategy Positioning. One of the major things that you need to do when you finally create a profile is then optimize this thing. What does optimization mean? It means that updating every aspect of LinkedIn with the right things. Let me give you an instance. When you go to LinkedIn, the skills section, it will be giving you 50 skills, but listing 50 skills that are an expression professional is rubbish. It shows like you're a jack of all trades. So that's the kind of teach I teach. I say, these are the number of skills you need to put. So that is what is called optimization. What is right for your level of life? So we teach you how to optimize in that course. Then we now teach you how to position. What I use on this GOP is called the PPP framework. Profile building, platform optimization, positioning. So the positioning aspect, meaning that I have built a profile, the profile is looking so good, I have optimized my platform, all the keywords people should find me for is there. I will now teach you how to write things like articles. Articles are a great way to position. So those articles, I show you my 7-step framework on how I write LinkedIn articles that gets people to reach out to me inbox. What I really teach on this program is how to attract opportunities, meaning I am sitting down on my own and someone is sending me a message from Netherlands to say, can we have a chat? So if you want to probably listen to, you can go to our YouTube channel, listen to Hope. Hope, we interviewed Hope last week, Tuesday. Moina, please find that video. If you've not watched Hope's this thing, that was what Hope did. Hope took WFS and combined it with GOP. So the WFS allowed her to upskill, like the skill she needs to work remotely, she upskilled in it. Then she bought GOP and used it to create a profile to attract the work. So Hope currently runs 2 managerial roles internationally. She joined me in April. She took WFS in April, took the first half of GOP in April, paid us the balance of GOP 25 of May. By 1st of May, you can, like, you know, the way I search this thing, you can even read up about Hope on our social media channel. Let me find us again, iTrain Africa. So you understand what I'm saying. Just the same way I found iTrain Africa, right? Go to our Google listing. Where's our Google listing? Where is that now? This ahead. See, in fact, I'm tired. See this Google listing. If you find us on Google, for instance, like you click Google, not this one, like iTrain Africa Google listing. Where are we? Reviews. You can come here and click on Google reviews. You will find Hope, right? Let me go and find her. I'm trying to look for Hope. Just find Hope as in, I don't know where she is, but she dropped out a Google review somewhere. So what Hope did was basically to take that GOP, and she was able to attract 2 international opportunities to herself. Like they got inside her inbox, and like the rest is just history, really. Like she dropped that testimonial sometime in May. And I can't, okay, see her here. I think I've seen it. Can you see my screen? She was like, thank you, blah, blah, blah. without clear understanding this thing. Thank you, Dr. A, the magical teacher of our time. As I write this, God has blessed me with 2 remote managerial roles on the first, and a multinational company from USA contacted me for an interview, and on the 15th, another company from South Africa. So she was able to attract those opportunities to herself using this thing. Again, it is work. Like it is, when I say it is work, what I teach you, you need to do the work of writing the article, positioning, then people see you and you get like they reach out to you. But again, GOP is application based. You cannot, like GOP, if you come on this page, it will tell you to apply. Like you need to fill an application form for GOP. Like we need to ensure that if you register for the thing, like you have the experience to even implement it. So it said fill the application form for GOP batch 8. So don't bother filling it if you are not an experienced. We will deny you. Like we will say you cannot pay us. Please, let's be clear. You cannot pay us if you do, like we will say rejected. Like we will send you an email and say rejected, you cannot pay. Do you understand? So if you're asking how much is it, it's 268,750. Yeah, 268,750. Can you pay instrumentally? Yes. If you pay the first one, you get access to the first part of the course. If you pay the second one, you get, please, even if we say it is starting one thing, GOP has no starting time. Please, let's be clear. It is a professional's course. I keep saying professional. It is an experienced people's course. So we give you access. Once you pay, we give you access to the course and you start implementing. Why? Hope paid us March. The program officially started July 19. See when she dropped this testimonial. When did she start getting results? May 1. Why did I say that? She paid. We gave her course. We said, go and start watching. But your support, you know what I call support? You know all this support that we do all this live. We do all this live that I'm doing on the BFS. The live support where they will come, ask questions, do all those things is what is in batches. I always tell people that GOP has no official, like there's no starting time. We only always say, okay, whenever people say, when is the next batch? I will say, the next time live workshop is starting is November. But you will determine when you want to attract global opportunities, because when you start is when you start. When you pay, we give you the course. So because again, I explain well in my programs. So Hope in her own case, she said, I beg, take my money, give me the course. Let me go and start. She started, she realized that, let her pay the balance. She paid the balance on April 25. She did optimization of this thing before 30 years. She had gotten this opportunity by May 1. But she waited till July 19 to join the live workshop. By July 19, she was already working in those two. Do you understand what I'm saying? So our result had come before the program officially started. So please, if you are that person that the only time you like to pay for a program is when they tell you it has started, GOP is not one of those programs. We review application every week. We give people acceptance or rejection every week, and people pay us every week to start. But we now tell them that everybody that paid us between July and November, we do live workshops. What do we do in 6 weeks live workshops? Again, they are professionals. So sometimes opportunities come, they are saying, how should I respond? What should I do? This is the profile I'm building. Do you think it is okay? Those are what we do in live workshops. So the learning is on the course. Please, I hope I explained the GOP well to you based on this thing. Again, you can take this link. Moina, please drop this link if Moina has not already dropped it in the comment section, and go and read up. Everything you need to know about it is on the page, like how it runs, when it officially starts. Everything about it is on this page. Please note, it is only for people with experience. Experience minimum of 3 years. And that 3 years must be relevant experience. I don't want 6 months content creation, 6 months sales, 6 months admin, 6 months. That is not experience. I'm saying continuous experience, meaning I did 3 years of sales experience. I did 3 years. It may not be in the same organization, but you have relevant continuous experience in the single career path. That is experience. So I have 3 years of teaching at the university. I have 3 years of being a project manager. Then you can join GOP and we will teach you the framework. You can then build your LinkedIn profile. If you are asking, does it work? Sis, it is SFW that I started this year. I've been teaching professionals. In fact, I've been working one-on-one with people in the last maybe 5-6 years. After middle level professionals begged me that they cannot pay me 1 million for my one-on-one service, then we came back to say, let's do the course format. So that if I give people the courses, they will learn themselves. Then I will now do batch support as a bonus, which is why I now do that batch support 3 times a year: March, July, and November. Again, if you are asking me, that can I do it one-on-one with you? Minimum amount of money to do one-on-one GOP is 1 million. And even at that, I'm not taking anything on my calendar again this year. I am not. So your best bets. So someone said, okay, how about if I still want to have a one-on-one touch, at least I say, take GOP. When you are finished using the GOP framework, pay for 1 hour of clarity session to do whatever one-on-one kind of thing you want to do after you have learned on GOP. That is my advice to you, because even right now, I am not like, it is a lot of work. When I do one-on-one with people, I spend nothing less than 12 hours. That is 3 hours across 1 month. So it is a lot of work, but really work, trust me. I've worked with ex-presidential aspirants, AGMs of banks, founders of organizations. The list goes on. And if you see 10 on this page, trust me, I've worked with nothing less than 50. Why? Professionals are private people. So if one of them just gives you testimony, I just know that there are 10 of them that have come inside my inbox to say, Doc, this happened for me, but you cannot put it outside. And I totally understand. There is one that is always in my inbox. Hey, I got an international speaking something. I got something in Denmark. I got this thing. But I know for a fact that I cannot put it outside. So in fact, I always say thank you to the ones that, because again, they are private people. The kind of things they get are things that they cannot let it be outside for fear of family members and Africa jinxing it. So I totally understand, as in, if they cannot disclose. In fact, if you go and watch Hope, just go and watch Hope on YouTube. We interviewed her last week Tuesday, you'll find this. Molina can drop it. You understand what I'm saying? There was somebody in that session that asked her something about money. She said, sorry, she cannot disclose. And I even had to tell my moderator that next time when somebody has such a question, please decline it on behalf of the moderator, of the person you are interviewing, because I won't even want them to talk about it for safety reasons. So thank you very much. Only the ones that are abroad. So if you see Evie on this page, Evie is abroad, so she can afford to do such a video. And of course, that other abroad one thing happened for her after the GOP. So thank you very much. On that note, I'm going to say bye to everyone who has joined this meeting. Thank you so much. If you have more questions, send it to us on WhatsApp. Oh, you are blessed to have been out of work for years and I've not worked on site before, but you said we should do on site before remote. I'm really confused. You've not worked on site before. Have you always worked remotely? Have you worked, as in, you say, I'm not sure what you're asking, really. I'm not sure what you're asking, but unfortunately, I really need to go now. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. So you can unmute yourself to say bye-bye to me if you want to. If you want to say bye-bye yourself, unmute yourself.
Bye, Dr. AA.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the
Thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much for the clarity
Thank you.
section.
Thank you.